What's going on guys, Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a game that's going to be releasing pretty soon, but we still don't know a lot about it. Now the game that I'm talking about is Super Mario Maker 2, and so this was a game that was announced in the February Nintendo Direct that we had a couple months ago, and this is definitely a game that I'm looking very forward to getting this year. Super Mario Maker on the Wii U was one of my favorite titles on that system, and there was just so much fun that you could get from it by creating your own levels for your friends, and like I would always troll my friends by putting like invisible blocks everywhere. You could do so many other cool things, and there were also other levels that people were making, and the whole community made so many fun levels that were like auto-scrolling, and you could play through those. You could play through the ones that like completed by themselves. It was just a lot of fun, and I loved that whole experience. Now on the Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Maker is not only just going to be ported onto it, but we're in fact getting a full-on sequel to the game. And so in the original trailer that we got for the game, and I'll probably have that playing throughout this video as well, there were quite a number of things that we got to see that were brand new, but there's still so many other hopes and wishes that I have for brand new features and things to be added into the game. And so that's why in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 features and hopes that I really want to see inside of Super Mario Maker 2. Now I just want to quickly remind you guys that I am giving away a $10 Nintendo eShop card on my Twitter, so definitely head over to my Twitter if you want to have a chance to win that. You can use it to get Joker and Smash Bros or some other game that you really want, but definitely be sure to head over to my Twitter. I think I'm going to start giving away more stuff on my Twitter only, so definitely head over to my Twitter if you want to have a chance to enter those. Now the first thing that I would love to have inside of Super Mario Maker 2 is being able to use different characters. Now I understand that it is a Mario game and you pretty much only play as Mario, but I still think it would be nice if you had the opportunity to be able to play as different characters, kind of like what they did in Super Mario 3D World. So in Super Mario 3D World, if you guys didn't know, you had the opportunity to play as 4 characters. You could actually play as Mario, Luigi, Blue Toad, or Peach. Now the crazy thing about all of these characters was that they all had their own different stats. Like Mario was pretty much good all around, but Luigi you were able to jump a little bit higher, Peach you were able to float for a little bit, and then Toad you were super fast. And so if they incorporated the same exact thing into Super Mario Maker 2, where you have the opportunity to play as Luigi and jump higher, you can float a little bit with Peach and run really fast with Toad, I think that would make the game a lot more fun. But even if they didn't do that, even if they just did have like just different characters but they all still have the same physics, that would be fine too. I think it would just be cool to have different options, but I still think that having like different physics for all of them could be really cool, because then people could make levels where like you have to play as Toad only, or you can only play as Luigi or something. That could make for a lot more challenging and fun levels too. Now the next thing that I would love to see inside of Super Mario Maker 2 is collaboration. I think it would be really cool if you could work together with your friends and have like multiple people working on the same level at the same time. I just think that it would be a lot of fun if you didn't want to create a level by yourself, but you wanted to have some of your friends help you. Basically, if you just went into the level creator, you could invite your friends over into that level creator as well, and maybe you could talk with them using like voice chat, but then you could like talk about how you want to create the level, and your friends could give you ideas, and maybe they could be able to control your screen as well, so they could like place Goombas and stuff on your screen, and they could show you like, alright, here's where I want the Goomba to go, here's where I want the Koopa Troopa to go. I just think it would be a lot of fun if they incorporated collaboration into Mario Maker 2, and you could build levels together with your friends. Something else that I also would love to have inside of Super Mario Maker 2 is better bosses and worlds. Now with Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, we were pretty limited to which bosses we were allowed to put, and we pretty much only had 2 options. You could either just put Bowser somewhere in the level, or you were able to put Bowser Jr. And so with Super Mario Maker 2, I would love to see new bosses be added into the game. I think that the one that makes the most sense is having the Koopalings. I think the Koopalings would just be so cool if you could place a Koopaling somewhere throughout the level, and that's pretty much like 7 free bosses right there, so I think that would be really cool. But maybe they could also place other iconic bosses from the Mario series like PD Piranha. There's just a lot of potential for what they could do. The next thing on here is something that I'm pretty sure every single person wants in Super Mario Maker 2, and that's having new items. Now from the original trailer, it does seem that we are going to be getting some new items, because they did show new items like the Super Bell, which lets you turn into the cat from Super Mario 3D World, but I'd also like to see some other new items too. One of the big things that was shown in the trailer was the ability to create slopes, as now you're going to be able to create slopes inside of Super Mario Maker 2, and I think that one item that would be really fun to have with having slopes is the penguin suit from New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii. Now if you had the penguin suit in that game and you went down a slope, you were basically able to slide down and hit all these enemies and also crush through a whole bunch of bricks. It was a lot of fun, and I think having that item in Super Mario Maker 2 would also be really cool. And then there's also a whole bunch of other items that I would like to see as well. The ice flower is also a really cool one where it lets you turn enemies into ice blocks and then you can grab them and throw them and slide them into other enemies. Or they could even put in like the flying squirrel outfit from New Super Mario Bros. U, and this lets you turn into a flying squirrel and you can glide across levels, you can stick onto the walls, and you can also press ZR or shake the remote and jump even higher, so it's also a really cool item to put. And so by adding new items, it could definitely make for some crazy new levels, and I could definitely see some creative new levels be possible from having new items. Like maybe they could make a level where you're forced to have a flying squirrel outfit because you have to stick onto a wall to avoid this really big enemy that's gonna come, and if you don't have that outfit, you basically end up losing. So they could make for some really crazy, insane levels, so I would love to see new items be added into Super Mario Maker 2. And finally, the last thing that I have on my list is I really want to see multiplayer be incorporated into Super Mario Maker 2. Now it definitely does seem that Super Mario Maker 2 could have multiplayer because from the way that they showed the trailer, it does seem that there is one icon that seems like it could be used for multiplayer, and they also have Luigi on the front of the game as well, and Luigi is always known as being like the player 2 or like the multiplayer type of character, so I would love to see multiplayer be added in the game. It would just be so much fun if you could play through every single level that was created with multiple people, like you could just hand over a controller to your friend and then have Luigi inside of the game, or even if they supported 4 players, like with New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. U, it would just be so much fun to play through it with all of your friends, and if you're like my friends, you could also make it kind of competitive to see who gets like the star coins, who gets the most amount of coins, who gets like the most points, or you could also be jerks like my friends as well, where like you could pick each other up and throw them into pits. It would just be so much more fun and chaotic if you had multiplayer inside of Super Mario Maker 2. Now I tweeted about this on my Twitter as well, so let's take a look at my Twitter and see if we got any responses. I asked you guys how you feel about Super Mario Maker 2, as well as some of your hopes and wishes for the game, so let me just scroll down here and find that tweet. And so here's the tweet. I said, so what are some of your hopes and wishes for Super Mario Maker 2? Reply to this tweet with your thoughts and you could be featured in my next video. So Nick here is saying Super Mario Odyssey assets would be an absolute dream. This would be ridiculous if they actually could put in like 3D assets from Super Mario Odyssey. The thing is, they've done this already with Super Mario 3D World, so I don't think that they're going to do it with Super Mario Odyssey. And even with 3D World, they kind of made it into like 2.5D where it's like the 3D assets, but it's still a 2D side-scrolling adventure, if that makes sense. So I don't think it would be like a full-on 3D type of game, but it would be really nice if you could have just like Super Mario Odyssey assets where you could take like the backgrounds from different kingdoms and stuff. That would just be really cool to have. This person here is saying I want a campaign maker and more bosses. I mean, I already did talk about more bosses, but having something like that would be pretty cool. Let's see here. This person is saying I would love to have amiibo support and not only the 8-bit style but also in the 3D style like Smash, for example. So this would be amazing to have, like if every single amiibo could have like a 3D model for all of the different options that they have in the game. It's just that it would take a lot of effort because there's so many compatible amiibo with this game, so it would just take so much time for them to make a 3D model, and even for the other styles as well, I guess it would just take a really long time for them to have a model for all of that, but it would be amazing if that actually turned out to happen. Loki here is saying at least one more game style, some new backgrounds and enemies. I also wish that they add some Miiverse replacement because reading the comments was one of the best things in Mario Maker 1 and it felt a little bit dead after the shutdown. This is also very true. The thing is, Splatoon 2 managed to come up with some way, like even though they didn't have Miiverse, you were still able to draw little things and post them. So hopefully they decide to do something like this in Super Mario Maker 2 as well. Like if you could have little messages and things that you could leave, because if they don't have that, I don't think it's going to be as fun as how it was with Super Mario Maker on the Wii U. Let's see, Bulbasaur here is saying, I'm hoping that it isn't too hard to switch styles after having the level created. Other than that, I would like some online features from Stage Builder, such as different tabs with different types of stages, and being able to search by keyword. I also think that the whole layer thing in Smash Ultimate Stage Builder would be really cool to have in the 3D world theme and give it a more of a 3D feel, but this game is already looking great regardless. Totally agree with you. I mean, I think all of these things are just great ideas. I would love to have all of that inside of the game. Let's see here, this person is saying I wish it would release this month. I mean, I would really wish to play it right now too, but I mean, the wait for this game isn't that far off. It's going to be coming out in June, so we don't really have that long to wait, and it's going to be a really awesome game to have in the summer. This person is saying, I didn't have a Wii U, so I only want to play a Mario Maker game. Well, you're going to be getting an amazing game. If it's going to be like a full-on sequel here, you're just going to be getting a really fun game on the Switch, so that's going to be great for you. This person is saying, I'm hoping for more game templates. The first one that we had, the original Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and the new Super Mario Bros. U. Based on the cover, it's probably true that we're going to be getting some Super Luigi. We're probably going to be getting the Super Luigi game template, so that'll be fun if that's true. I mean, we did see that Super Mario 3D World is going to be getting a template, so that's already nice that we already have one new style, but maybe there's like a secret style they haven't told us about yet. That would be really awesome if that was true as well. This person says, I really want the ability to play co-op. I also love the other ways. I also would love other ways to look up levels and creators. Very true as well. I talked about how co-op would be so amazing if you could just play through every single level with multiple people. I think that would just be so much fun if like you could just have 4 people in every single level. That would basically just turn Super Mario Maker 2 into just a brand new Mario game that you could just play with your friends whenever they come over, and that's what I would love to have. Let's scroll down here a little bit more. Let's see. Weevil here is saying, can we get giant and mini shrooms like in the game again, along with the blue shell power up from New Super Mario Bros. On the DS? I think that would be very cool, making the stages built around them. More options to troll people. I hope Nintendo acknowledges the existence in trolls. Well, I mean, they already put the invisible block, so that's already the biggest troll right there. I loved putting that in every level that I created, like right before like some big major gap, I'd put in an invisible block just to troll with people. But even having the giant and mini shrooms, that would be really cool as well. Like if they made like a part of the level so small that you had to have the mini shroom to be able to pass through it, that could be a really evil type of level creating thing if they decided to put those items in the game. This person here is saying, I'm hoping that you can make stages offline and upload them once you have an online connection. I also hope that there's going to be more things such as power-ups and blocks. I think that this is probably true. I mean, I think that they'll probably have something like this where you can just create stages and then save them to your game, and then you can upload them once you get home. I think it would just make a lot of sense. Tony here is saying much better and more in-depth boss fights, among with more boss fight platforms and a cooler castle-like ending. Very true as well. I want to see some new bosses. Like, don't just give me Bowser and Bowser Jr. Give me like the Koopalings, like PD Piranha, some other unique new bosses. All of that would be really awesome to have. Grenanja says here, I want the online to not suck. Hopefully that's what it turns out to be like as well. The online with the Switch isn't really one of the best things, especially even with games like Smash Bros. So hopefully they don't mess it up with Mario Maker 2. Other than that though, I think all of your hopes and wishes here are ones that I'd also agree with too. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all your responses. And remember, if you ever want to be featured in videos like this, just go and follow me on Twitter at @Aero. And so there you go guys, those are some new features that I would like to see inside of Super Mario Maker 2. The game's going to be coming out in just a few months, so I definitely feel like we're probably going to be getting some new info very soon. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this. Do you guys agree with some of my ideas? What are some things that you would like to see inside of Mario Maker 2? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo content in the future, so please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. It's over on my Twitter. Definitely just go and follow me there if you want to have a chance to win a $10 Nintendo eShop card. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.